was pulling it back up the hill at my house. Anybody that's been in my driveway knows it's an extremely steep driveway coming out of there. And wife's like, "You've got that latched on there, right?" I'm like, "Yes, I've got it latched on." I hit the top of the hill, and no, I didn't have it hooked on good enough. And all I saw in the rearview mirror was this entire flatbed trailer loaded with about this tall, full of fence panels, going right back down that driveway. And it hit the block wall at the bottom of it. It looked like an explosion down there. And I'm like, I looked over and my wife just standing like, "Screw it, I might as well go back to work. I don't need to be here anymore." And so I drug that trailer in and brought it in here, and Mike and Frank Reiner took a look at it, and they're like, "Yeah, Mike can fix this, So he took it home and fixed it, and Frank's like, "Hey, by the way, did you know your leaf spring's bent?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "You didn't notice that when they drove in?" I didn't really pay any attention, but it hit that wall so hard it bent the leaf spring, and if anybody knows how hard you got to hit something to bend that, it's pretty good. But Mike and Frank took care of all that, and then all the small stuff that we ever have come up with, and all the fingers end up pointing Mike's direction. If somebody else down here can't get it, they're like, "Go ask Mike," And then from the scheduling end of it, whenever we would get pushed into a corner on something, if we didn't know if we were going to have a folk or whatever, I'd call Ken up, and Ken would be like, "Hang on, I got to go talk to somebody," and he was coming out to talk to Mike, And between the two of them, they keep those big machines right there to where, the teams can get their jobs done. So, Mike, thanks a lot from the scheduling end of it, from the operation end of it, because not once, to include this year, if a lot of you didn't know that the fire suppression systems in that thing may have grounded us to where we wouldn't have those aircraft this year. And Ken, Mike, Frank, all the mechanics all got together, and they found a place locally that could rebuild those bottles and kept us in the air. And not once did Mike or any of these guys ever say, "Hey, you're going to have to cancel your show season, or you're going to have to use otters the rest of the year because we're going to figure it out," and they always have. So thanks, Mike.